Recently, I've seen a number of people talking about a clunk that they're having when accelerating, and they've replaced the CV axles and they've replaced suspension components like the ball joint, and the clunk is still not going away. I'm going to show you the first thing that you should check if you hear a clunk while accelerating or turning or doing any sort of thing that shifts the weight of the car. And then I'm going to explain to you what's going on. This is your passenger side sway bar end link. As you can see, it has two lock nuts, here and here. And here is the driver's side sway bar end link, which I will be using to show. So you can see this lock nut is on the lower control arm, and it's threaded. It's not quite tight. So I'm gonna put it about here, which is about hand tight. And that should be enough, right? What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna open the driver's side door. I'm gonna put my hands on the roof grill and start to rock the car back and forth. And just listen. You hear that? So now, without doing anything else, I'm gonna take my 17, in this case an 11/16, and I'm gonna tighten it so that that nut is nice and tight. All right. And now I'm going to push it again. No more noise. So that covers the how. Now let's talk about the why. The Honda Element has independent front suspension, meaning two separate control arm assemblies that can articulate separate from one another. If this was the case, then the body roll of the Element would be severe, as one side could just lean over and the other side would just hang there. But it's mitigated through the use of a sway bar or anti-roll bar. This is a long torsion spring that's connected in the center to the subframe and on the ends to the lower control arms of the car, meaning that when the car leans in a turn, this side is keeping this side in check as they are bolted together through the use of a twisting spring. That keeps your body roll pretty level and maintains stability for these cars. Those ends of the sway bar are connected to the lower control arms using sway bar end links, which in the case of the Element are somewhat fragile. And over time they break, and when they get replaced, they may be installed correctly, but that lock nut, even if it backs up just a little bit off of either the control arm or the sway bar itself, with the weight of the car moving back and forth, it may feel tight on your hand, but with 3,400 pounds moving back and forth as it starts to roll, that causes a lot of preload on that torsion bar and makes the clunk sound that you hear. It sounds so much like a CV. In this case, the solution is to get up under the car, tighten those lock nuts up, then do the test again and make sure you don't hear that clunk anymore. If you don't, problem solved. If not, you've probably got to keep looking. But hope this helped.